My name is Odina Hahana Wajaku, and I'm a student of the University of Hertfordshire. This is my TED Talk style assignment on leadership in early childhood education, and I will be taking you through what leadership in early childhood education means to me. I have done some illustrations on the board that I'm going to use to walk you through this journey with me. I hope that you enjoy. First, I would like to define what leadership means. Leadership means different things to different people based on their experience and their perception of the word leadership. Leadership could be controlling or whatever a person thinks it is. The most striking definition of leadership to me was Northouse defining leadership as a person, an individual, influencing other individuals to come together to achieve a certain goal. But what does leadership mean to me in early childhood education? Leadership means managing and collaborating with a group of other professionals to reflect, inform, and achieve a goal. And what is this goal in early childhood education? The goal in early childhood education is the child or the children in a particular setting. That is the goal in early childhood education. And what does Ofsted say about the aim of leadership in early childhood education? Ofsted says that the aim of aim of leadership in early childhood education is to partner with parties that can influence a child to be more unique and a more authentic version of themselves. And who are these parties that can influence a child? The parents, sibling, the society, the teachers, and other environmental factors that can influence a child. And I would also talk about the impacts of leadership on a child and cultural preservation. Ofsted in 2019 promotes the importance of cultural capital, emphasizing that nursery settings should have knowledge on a range of cultural values and merits. The United Kingdom is a globally occupied nation, and therefore different cultures and backgrounds thrive in this society. And the foundation of every child's learning begins from home, where culture and other background is passed to a child. And now, what can a nursery do to help preserve a child's culture? Leadership in a nursery setting can help a child provide equal opportunities, not based on background, skin color, race, or whatever the case may be. Leadership in early childhood education can impact a child's culture by providing a balance for the child to enjoy both their immediate environment and their culture. Leadership in early childhood education should also encourage every adult or persons working in a nursery setting to appreciate the background or culture of every person of every child or persons in a nursery setting. There are also other perspectives, excuse me, and then also other areas I will be talking about. My personal identity. My personal identity involves who I am, what I like to do, what I think of myself, how people see me, how I'm being, how I perceive myself as well. These are my personal traits and my professional identity. Personal and professional identity can interfere sometimes, but my professional identity is how I act, highlight, maneuver my professional roles in a job, in my professional role or a job. Having to use my experience from over the years, I think my professional identity I will be taking it from things that from remarks that I've heard from my colleagues and the people around. I'm creative, I'm punctual. After winning several awards for being most punctual staff in all my settings so far, I'm emotionally intelligent, I have ethical commitment and great decision making skill. And then my personal leadership qualities includes that I am very honest, I'm open-minded, I have great communication skills, I'm able to pass feedbacks from one channel to another without negatively or demotivating any of my partners. I model the behavior that I expect from the individuals around me. I go ahead and begin a task. I have great delegation skills, sharing tasks from one party to another, and also always meeting and accepting feedbacks as I should. I'm vision oriented. I always have a vision with the team. We sit down, make a vision and a mission that we always follow to make sure that we achieve what would create a wholesome experience for our goal, which is the child. There are many barriers facing leadership in early childhood education. Some of these barriers in early childhood education includes parenting. Parenting. I understand that parents are partners when it comes to early childhood education, but parents can also serve as barriers in early childhood education. Decisions that you make, parents can counter, parents can be confrontational, and sometimes affect the leadership position of any nursery. Also, other barriers will be professional development. Professional development of a leader could pose as a barrier if not taken seriously. And another factor that can pose as a barrier is change. Change. From my experience, moving from Nigeria to have to work in England, I dropped my confidence dropped a little because I wasn't sure if I was going to thrive. But change is constant, and every leader must learn to adapt to change at all times. Another factor that pose a barrier would be negative criticism from the people around the setting or outside the setting, especially the society and more. I would also be talking about the challenges that pose that the leadership in early childhood education encounter. Early childhood education is not one of those courses that people take, one of those professions that people take seriously, and leadership that can pose as a threat or a challenge to leadership in early childhood education, as the leaders are seen as not being professional enough. And another challenge would be other challenges will be in-house micromanaging. Some leaders are never given the opportunity to be leaders. They're always being constantly micromanaged, constantly monitored, and it affects their confidence and self-esteem and makes the job a bit challenging for them as they progress on the job. So we have talked about leadership in early childhood education and the importance and what Ofsted says about it. We have talked about how a leader can impact a child and preserve culture. We have talked about personal leadership qualities, professional identity. We've talked about some barriers that that leadership can encounter in early childhood education. We have talked about the challenges that can weigh a leader down and all this. And the final part of this will be, after encountering this module, studying and interacting, what kind of leader would I want to be in the future? This question to a lot of people will be, oh, I feel like I'm a perfect leader already. What needs to be changed? What exactly needs to be changed when it comes to my leadership? I would say that from my experience of having to lead, being a line manager for 2 years in my home country, I would say that some of the things that I think I need to change is I would need to learn how to adapt to change positively. Adapting to change positively means when I move from one setting to another, I have to understand that change is constant. I must adapt to a new environment. Other factors that I would like to put in the future is I would like to be more confident, more motivational. I would like to be more receptive when it comes to feedback from my colleagues and parents. And I would also put in mind that I have other colleagues who need to be empowered. So empowering my partners as we go on. And I would also put in moral and ethics. I would like to highlight my morals and ethics with everybody in my environment knows about it, and most importantly, respect. Respect not just for the adults, but also for the children in my setting. This is what leadership in early childhood education means to me, and this is what leadership in education means to me. And I thank you so much for coming to listen, for listening to all this. And I hope that you enjoyed the last 10 minutes. Thank you.